So I was born in Columbus, Ohio. I was a frail and sickly little baby. A little bonus fact for you. But so I was born in Columbus, Ohio, and we lived in the neighboring county. So we have Columbus, Ohio, Franklin County. It's kind of like Fort Wayne, Allen County. And then we lived in the neighboring county to the east, Licking County. So it's kind of like what Allen County and Noble County are. I attended an elementary school in Alexandria, Ohio. And it's kind of like a map dot type of town. Really small, old elementary school. A fun fact is that Lorene Lemon, her and her family from Noble County, she grew up over by Channel Lakes. Her brother moved to Ohio probably 15-20 years ago. He teaches at the elementary school that I went to. Yeah, it's just a small world. So we lived there just east of Columbus. My grandparents lived in the same county, but we moved to Noble County when I was in elementary school. My dad took a job in Columbia City, so we ended up coming out here. And even though I grew up in Noble County, I went to Busco. There's a township, Green Township down there. They all go to Busco. So that's ultimately where I graduated high school from, was Cherubusco High School. I'm the second oldest. I have an older brother. He's only 15 months older than I am, so we're pretty close in age. And then I have a sister. She's about 3 or 4 years younger than I am. And then I have a brother who was born in Indiana not long after we moved out here. So he's about 9 years younger than I am, but the 3 oldest, we were all born in Ohio. My older brother lives in Fort Wayne. He's married. They have a son, my nephew. He's a purchasing engineer, something like that. My sister, she's married, lives in Fort Wayne, has a daughter, and she's a nurse practitioner. And then my youngest brother, he lives with his wife in a villa, and they just had their first child, a boy, and he works in the CNC industry. Yeah, so I attended IPFW, which is now Purdue Fort Wayne. I originally went for education. I wanted to be a teacher. However, I didn't. My parents wouldn't fill out FAFSA forms or anything, so I couldn't get any student loans. I couldn't get financial aid, so I was left to pay for it as I went. And I worked like 3 jobs. I'd get up at 3 in the morning, work till 9, then go to school. But I'd have to pay at the beginning of each semester. And eventually it just got to be too much. I couldn't keep up. So I ended up switching my major to what was ultimately my second choice, was law enforcement. So I switched my major to criminal justice, and was able to graduate early. Right after I turned 21, I graduated and started my career in law enforcement. So not long after I graduated from college, I got hired at the Whitley County Jail, where I was a confinement officer. I did reserve police work, so it's kind of like a volunteer firefighter, but you're a volunteer police officer. It's a way to get introduced and learn the job. And then I did that for a couple years before I was hired as a Noble County Sheriff's Deputy. They sent me to the Law Enforcement Academy down in Plainfield, Indiana, where I graduated from there and started working the road full time. Well, that's kind of like a 2-part answer, I would say, because I've been here 8 years. But the first part of that, I was actually an employee of the Sheriff's Department, but I was assigned to the school as an SRO. And that was 2014. 2014 was my first year here. And then in 2019, I left the Sheriff's Department to take my current position here, where I'm officially employed by the school. Honestly, it's been great because when I came here, I was at a point in my life where I needed something new. I needed something positive. Working the road, working night shift like I did, you don't see a lot of positive things. So to come to the school, be able to work with kids and hopefully get them on the right path before they get too far down the road, has been how do I want to describe that? It's just been awesome, because I feel like coming here gave me the opportunity to make a difference. I think it starts with the people. Coming here, I learned a lot on leadership from the people we have here in different positions. I worked closely with Mike Berkey and Amanda Nine, Melanie Tiarina, and I got to learn from them and just see how they never just did the status quo or the bare minimum requirement. They always were going above and beyond to make sure that the kids had an enjoyable experience here at West Noble. Just seeing how they operated, and like for example, I've worked last few years I've coached with Robert Martin, and just seeing how he prepares and seeing how he is as a leader. I see myself as kind of eclectic, and I kind of take from people what I see in their example, and there's been plenty of good examples for me to take from here at West Noble. So I felt like that's really helped shape who I am becoming, just being around so many great people. And then the second part of why it's such a great place is, for me, I love running, and this is like the mecca of running community here. I can remember when I went to Busco and was in cross country, West Noble was a special place because it seemed like we were always running up here with West Noble Invite or the conference meet or dual meets, and I could remember seeing Coach Shepard run by with his uber focused group of runners. He had the mullet and the goatee and the super short shorts that I'm pretty sure have been banned in 49 states in the District of Columbia since then. But it's just always been a unique place for me to come. So now that I'm here and part of it, it is really special. My wife Jaylyn and I met in high school. Started dating in high school, all through college. She is a nurse at Parkview Regional. She works in the mother-baby unit, newborn babies, and she's been there a long time. She started as a student nursing assistant while she was in college, and then worked full-time when it was just Parkview North, and now it's grown into this huge hospital that it is today. But we have two daughters. We have Addison, who's an 8th grader, and she actually attends West Noble. She would accompany me to sporting events and came up and did the 5th grade running club when she was still a student at Busco, and just got to know a lot of the kids here, really liked it. And beginning of her 6th grade year, she asked if she could transfer up here. So that was really cool to have her up here with me. And then my youngest daughter, Lyndon, she is in 5th grade, and she just this year asked to transfer up here as well. So she now goes to West Noble. So I have both my kids here with me, which gives me extra time out of the day to spend with them. Whether they like it or not, I certainly enjoy it. So it's been nice having them here with me. what I see these days, there's so many kids that they just need an adult in their life. And you don't have to be perfect, but they just need somebody that they know cares about them. So if you have the opportunity to help, we have so many positions here at the school, whether it's coaching and you don't have to be a teacher to make a difference in a kid's life. I mean, you could really do anything, whether it's volunteering, being a bus driver, coaching, just being in a kid's life and showing them that you care is really all they need. So if you have the opportunity to do it, do it. You won't regret it.